Well, Hunter, he's in my opinion, in 3 years of coaching him, high IQ player, is very unselfish, great passer. When he gets double teamed, he's going to do his best to try to make the right play by finding open guys. And with the spacing that we have on the floor, Jet is going to be a recipient of it. T. Will, Kobe, Joey, the list goes on. And so, Jet was one of the guys also that got some good open looks because of Hunt being double, but also Jet made some plays himself too.
Steve?
Juwan, you focus on the team, but take a minute and talk about being a dad and watching. You probably watched it in the backyard and on playgrounds their whole lives, but to watch your sons one feed the other for a basket here at Chrysler.
Oh, and it's a dream come true because that's something that never happens, every day. It's one of those moments where you have a special time in your life where you get an opportunity to coach at your alma mater, and then knowing the times when you were in the NBA or you were coaching in the NBA, how much you loved your alma mater, and you talked about the only college that they would go to would be Michigan, and teaching them the fight song, and when Michigan and Ohio State playing that football rivalry game, dressing up all my kids and my wife and my dog, the Michigan and maize and blue, and now to see it all come, to fruition, and seeing the opportunity, how it's presented, with the growth of both boys, and since watching them, like you just touched on, in the backyard, watching them in high school practice, then AAU, and now here in Ann Arbor, and in front of our great crowd cheering them on. It is really a blessing. And also to see their mom, I kind of peeked my eye over at her because I could hear her. I hear her, and I'm like, the excitement and that she has on, and the smiles that she's having each and every possession. It's a blessing.
Over here with Jack.
Yeah, so you have 2 point guards in Jalen and Doug that have a pretty different style of play. Just how do you think that adds a layer to the offense out there?
Well, they both are, pass first point guards, smart, hezzy, unselfish, and their teammates enjoy playing with them. There are going to be some times where you see them both play together out there on the floor, but we're just still filling things out. This is our first game, but it's nice to see, we have both guys that we can use in different situations that I trust is going to lead us.
Chris?
I know you preach it, but can you just talk about the want-to on defense? These guys seem like they are really buying into what you're teaching.
Oh, they've always bought in, but it's about continue to keep growing it, and obviously accountability is a part of it. There's no room for a lack of effort. I'm not saying that we have that. There's no room for not being detailed exactly of what we practice and how we show it on film, and how we talk about it and hear their voice on how to fix certain situations out there on the floor. And I know, like, while the game is happening, things happen moving so fast, and it's totally different from when you're playing against a scout team. But at times I get a little out of whack too when we don't do what we work on, what we ask. But overall, I love that there was effort, and a team that shoots very well from the three-point land, and for them to only shoot 23% from three, and 29% from the field, and scoring is one of their strengths. And they've said it, this upcoming season, that's one of the things that they are going to, continue to keep growing on, is attacking the paint and scoring within 7 seconds in the shot clock. And then, so they obviously said they want to play with pace. And then they also talked about how they, three-point shooting is going to be their strength. And it was good to know that we worked on that for those last 2 days, and our guys were able to apply it.
Right in front of David.
Hey, Juwan. So in his press interview, Hunter mentioned that they're still filling each other out. From your perspective as head coach, where do you see them gelling? Where do you think they have a little bit to go?
Well, you're not where you want to be, and it's so early in the season. This is only our first game, and there is room for growth, and we're going to continue to keep getting better. there's areas that we're going to try to clean up, but I love where our mindset is, and our guys are really dialed in and in tune to being a elite level group, and I love how they were so connected. I just hope that continues throughout the year. It's the first game, and I'm sure we're going to hit a rough patch. Pretty much, vast majority of college basketball teams do, but it's how we're going to react when we have those uncomfortable moments.
John?
When a guy like Kobe doesn't have the long-range success that you know he can, what's your approach in working with him?
Everyone's gonna do fine. It's first game. Please stop that. Young man gonna be great this year, and we're gonna need him. He knows it.
But you don't have to.
I have no worry
Give
in
him
any of our guys.
encouragement. Okay.
Yep.
Andrew?
Don't single one person out, please. Don't do that.
With so many new players, I guess, can you speak to the process of figuring out lineups and just how guys
There you go.
maximize each other's strengths? Is it fun? Is it challenging?
That's the part right there that you just mentioned. There are going to be so many different lineups, or there may be so many different guys that may play one game, some may not play one game, because we have a deep team, and but we also have a team that's still growing, and we are young, and there are going to be some moments where you see one guy might not play one game, he may play the next game, but I'm still filling the group out, and we're not there where we want to be yet. And, we have a long season, just the first game.
Connor?
In the first half, there was a sequence where it looked like Hunter passed the ball, that Joey, he missed it, goes out of bounds, and there's a media timeout. After that timeout, 18-0 run. Was that does Joey's veteran experience there kind of play into that and his poise, or was there something we didn't see?
Trust. We got some good defensive stops, and then we went down on the other end, and we just made some really good plays. And the reason why I say trust is because there were some unselfish plays that happened. And when you have a group that continuously keep feeding life into one another on the court, and then you have a group that sit on a bench waiting to get in, and they are being so positive and encouraging, you have runs like that, and hopefully we'll continue to keep growing.
Austin?
Just follow up on the question about lineups and rotations. How close are some of those guys like Yusuf and Will and Isaiah kind of breaking into that top 8, 9, 10 rotation?
Yes, we're gonna need everyone, and it's gonna be a long year, so stay ready. Stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Steve?
Juwan, we talked to Hunter about Joey Baker, and he touched on what an obvious floor stretcher he is. Talk about that aspect coming from a bigger player.
Well, Joey, we all know it's documented that he's played at Duke, and one of the best conferences in college basketball, the ACC, and played for Hall of Fame coach. So he's been coached, and the kid knows how to play. One of his strengths is shooting, and I don't want him to pass up any open shots. Let it fly. Make or miss. We live with the results.
We got time for a couple more. Tom?
Yeah, Juwan, I think in the first half you were trailing in rebounding. You flipped the script a little bit and had a 6 rebound advantages. Can you talk about your emphasis on rebounding, maybe what you said at halftime, and season long, what's your message on rebounding?
I emphasized that during halftime, and at halftime we gave up 6 offensive rebounds in the first half, and looking at the sheet here, total 15. We will get better in that area, and over the years we've always been a really good rebounding team.
Is it a 50-50 ball or a box out issue?
It's more of effort, and also putting the body on someone. But first game, we'll get better with it. I'm not panicking.
Anthony?
Yeah, you'll take 21 from Jed any night, but 5 assists led the team. What impresses you the most about him as a distributor of the basketball?
He knows, he's been around the game for a long time, and he also has a high IQ. He's a willing passer. He has great size. He sees the floor. I've seen that from day one when he first started playing basketball, and You know, the ball is going to be in his hands, and at times you're going to make some good plays, and there are going to be some times, just like any freshman, you're going to make some mistakes. It might be a turnover because he's trying to make, you know, some plays that probably he may saw that the guy open, and then the defense sort of collapsed quickly because on his college level, you know, you get some older guys that are bigger, they're faster, and they're active. They also scout you on film like how we scout them. So he'll learn and grow, and I know he will because he loves the game. I'll put it like that. I want this kid to enjoy his college life, man. I don't want to make it emphasize that my dad's gonna be so hard on him because I'm not. But I'm also gonna coach him, and you can see that in the first half when there were 2 or 3 different defensive mistakes, and you know, had to sit him down, let him calm down, and figure out, you know, where the areas that he probably thought he didn't mess up on, but we gave him clarity that he did, and it was great to see that he responded and came back in and played well, because he could have did the opposite, been sulky, but that's not how he's wired.
Coach, we appreciate your time.
Thank you.